Hi there, and you're welcome to Frontline TV. And of course, this is one of the favorite stations that online will be giving you newspaper headlines. Hope that you're going to be with us from now till the end of this segment. We'll be bringing you daily headlines from our Nigerian tabloids. And don't forget the comments at the comment section. You can drop it as well. Now we're going to start with the Matrix newspaper. The Matrix newspaper, in front of that tabloid, you'll see the leading story, Mountain Insecurity, Fresh Calls for State Police Reverberate. And also, Southwest governors agree to create Regional Security Fund and also demand tougher controls to counter illegal mining risk. Not forgetting that there's another segment here that says Presidency, Nigeria, US seal new security cooperation framework. And also still from the front of the Matrix newspaper, you'll see from the bottom side, court adjourns Senator Natasha's cybercrime trial to February 2026. And also, NNPP tells INEC to ignore Kwankwaso's illegal congresses. And this one is a sad one. That's about the reggae icon Jimmy Cliff dies after seizure complications. God rest his soul. We all know about Jimmy Cliff. He is one person that has carved a niche for himself in the reggae music industry. Reggae icon Jimmy Cliff dies after seizure complications. And also, Niger Catholic Diocese releases names of 265 students, teachers still in captivity. EPL, Everton stun Man United at Old Trafford despite Goye's red card. And from the topmost part of the Matrix newspaper, there's a story here. Amid unaccounted 210 trillion naira saga, NNPC Limited announces 5.4 trillion naira profit in 2024. Targets 3 million barrels per day crude output by 2030. Now, these are some of the leading stories from the Matrix newspaper, and also 2027 reactions trail Atiko's defection to ADC. ADC, a movement, not platform for personal ambition, faction tells ex-vice president Oshomole if he can't fix PDP, he can't fix Nigeria. That's a comment coming from Oshomole. And also UK refuses Nigeria's plea to bring Ekweremadu home to serve sentence. That's the much that we'll take from the Matrix newspaper, but the full details of this leading stories, you will be able to get them when you obtain a copy of the Matrix newspaper. Now, moving over to the Nigerian Tribune. The Nigerian Tribune, the leading story, says insecurity. Southwest governors advocate enhanced forest surveillance, wants federal government to deploy forest guards across region, to set up regional security fund, intelligence sharing system, and also demand state police now express concern on unregulated interstate migration. And also the picture there in front of the Nigerian Tribune is a picture of some of the governors during a forum meeting. And also there's another leading story. Infrastructure takes lead as Makinde proposes 891.99 billion naira appropriation bill for 2026. NNPCL declares 5.4 trillion naira profit after tax for 2024, and the topmost part of the Nigerian Tribune says UK rejects Nigeria's request to transfer Ekweremadu back home to serve prison term. Also, the Matrix newspaper had that story, and Tribune is also carrying it. And then Atiku formally joins ADC as Obi keeps party on edge. These are the leading stories from the Nigerian Tribune. More of the details when you obtain a copy of it. Now we'll take a look at the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper has just few leading stories. Badaru, government boosting intelligence to tackle threats, and also how Tinubu coordinated rescue of Iroko 38. Oyinlola backs Adeleke to run an Accord platform. Leading story from the front of the Nation newspaper, Southwest rises against bandits. These are just few of the leading stories in front of the Nation newspaper. Now it's time for The Guardian. The Guardian, conscience nurtured by truth. It also has just few leading stories. The main one here says military decries complexity of threats as Southwest governors call for state police, and also Nigeria US deepen security ties as Washington offers support for Middle Belt, and also UK rejects Nigeria's request to deport Ekweremadu, and then Southeast calm as sit-at-home records partial compliance. The Guardian newspaper, that's the much we're going to take from it. Moving over to the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper, the leading story, kidnapping crisis. Governors convene emergency session. School locks down, that's school lockdowns rise. 19 northern governors to meet, and also Southwest plans forest surveillance. Unions fault lockdowns, and Tinubu rejects mercenaries. From the topmost part of the most widely read newspaper, which is The Punch, says there's a story here about Wike and Turaki's camp differ on PDP secretariat reopening, and also strike. ASU NEC to review federal government's final terms on Wednesday, and NSA launches 2025-2030 counter-terror plan. That one has even the picture of Nuhu Ribadu. 2027 presidency, Atiku's ADC resignation sparks, oh, I beg your pardon, 2027 presidency, Atiku's ADC registration, not resignation, sparks storm. And UK rejects the same story about Ekweremadu, and UK is rejecting Nigeria's request to repatriate him. And the Ocean 2026, Adeleke set to announce re-election platform. And down part of the Punch newspaper, inflation, MPC may cut interest rate again today. And also police tighten security in Lagos schools and worship centers. Constitution review moves to 36 state assemblies. That's it from the Punch, the front of the Punch newspaper, the most widely read newspaper. More of the full details when you obtain a copy of it. Let's now move over to the Vanguard newspaper. The Vanguard newspaper, the leading story, Kebbi Niger schools abductions, US to share intel, demands action, top speed, and also they're saying to speed up arms request, that's coming from the presidency. 239 nursery primary pupils among 265 victims still missing in Niger. That is coming from the Catholic Diocese of Niger. Kwara church attack was a sudden, terrifying act. Survivor narrates ordeal. And also school abductions threaten northern Nigeria's children's future, Amnesty warns. And if you take a look at the down part of it, withdrawal of escorts, fear grips VIPs as police plan modalities. That is, they are withdrawing of security escorts from so many of the VIPs in the country. And insecurity, it's time for state police, says Southwest governors. And also Atiku officially joins ADC, vows to end APC's misrule. Well, there you have it from the Vanguard newspaper. But the last story I'm going to take from the front of that tabloid is from the topmost part of the Vanguard newspaper, which says CBN to slam 5-year ban on bank customers over Dodd check. The Blueprint newspaper, the leading story, how Tinubu coordinated rescue of 38 Iroku church members, bandits control Kwara forest, survivors recount, and also presidents determined to end challenges. The topmost part of it, Zamfara First Lady leads mass wedding of 200 couples. And also after exit from FATF, grey list, SEC tax operators on compliance. And also the down parts, the bottom part of that picture that has to do with officials of the Zenith Bank PLC. There's a story here that says another leading story. NNPCL declares 5.4 trillion naira PAT, targets $60 billion dollar investments, and also floating of naira boosted our profit, says Ojilari. US pledges deeper security cooperation with Nigeria. These are all obtainable. The full details, they're all obtainable when you get a copy of the Blueprint newspaper. Now, the next one is Leadership newspaper. The leading story from the Leadership newspaper is reactions as Kebbi governor asks National Assembly to probe military. And also still in Niger, 253 nursery, primary, secondary school pupils are missing. That is out of the 265. Southwest governors set up security fund intelligence sharing system, and also foreign exchange gains boost National Petroleum Company profits to 5.4 trillion naira. That is the National Petroleum Company's profits to 5.4 trillion naira. UK turns down Nigeria's request to transfer Ekweremadu. And the bottom part of the leadership in the front page of the Leadership newspaper, Nigeria leads African continental free trade takeoff as $3.4 trillion market. The topmost part of the Leadership newspaper says central bank sets 5-year ban for serial dot check issuers and also pay ground rents now or risk sanctions. Wike wants Abuja property owners. These are some of the leading stories from the Leadership. The last one here says lawmakers worry over rising POS linked crimes on licensed crypto activities. You can get the full details of these leading stories when you obtain the Leadership newspaper. And now the last but not the least, we're going to take a look at the newspaper you can trust, which is the Daily Trust newspaper. The Daily Trust newspaper, the leading story: military's approach to insecurity not working, says Kebbi governor. Amnesty and that they say abductions threaten education in the north. Time for state police is now, says Southwest governors. Ground rent defaulters risk losing properties from Wednesday, Wike warns. And police ban sale of firecrackers ahead of Ember Month's festivities. The bottom part of it says, wife allegedly stabs husband to death 3 days after wedding. Most unfortunate. And the topmost part, or should I say below the main name of the newspaper, talking about Daily Trust, police withdrawal order. Shehu Sani ADC demand immediate implementation. And also NNPCL hints at refineries rehabilitation as profit hits 5.4 trillion naira. And still, they are also carrying the same story about UK rejecting the federal government's request to transfer Ekweremadu to Nigeria. Those were the leading stories from our Nigerian tabloids, and it came to you from Frontline TV. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.